Eagles in the upper deck. There's a look inside Everbank Stadium here in Duval County, Florida. And tonight we've got a preseason matchup as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Here now is Cam Little out to get us started. And off we go from Jacksonville. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
Almost certainly a future Hall of Famer, and he's still seeking the storybook ending to his career. But he had patience, looked around, took his time before choosing his team, and boy, are they glad that he did, because he still has a lot of juice left despite being 41 years old. Finishing the top 10 in passing yards last season with nearly 4,000 yards and touchdowns as well with 28.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's caught right side. It's Warren. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to lead to a third down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On play action, Rodgers to the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he will have a Steelers first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And the Steeler first down.
Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Rodgers again now. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 10 more there and another first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down.
Anytime a team goes on the road, there's always that little bit of fear that maybe they can be affected by the hometown crowd. But this is where game planning really came into play. They talked about it all week. Go in there, establish yourselves. With that run right there, that slows down the crowd and gives them a lot of confidence.
Give him 9 on the scramble there, and it'll leave him with a second and just a couple of inches.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Now Rodgers. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And And the Jags are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, their turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
And the slot man goes in motion left. A fake on the jet sweep. Now Lawrence off play action. Now he's flushed out left. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
16 yards. That's good for a Jaguars.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Misses him off. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 33, here's second down and a yard. And they'll go again with Etienne. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
A gain of 6.
Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive.
On first and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers. You're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down for the touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you. When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the gun on third down, Lawrence. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
That's another Jaguars first down.
Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key third down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. Here's pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot in the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. No score after 1 on EA Sports. second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it second down and 11. Now Lawrence to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is indeed good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. A handoff for Warren. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here is 3rd and 5. Rodgers going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
13 yards. And a Steeler first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Now it's Rodgers. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's 2nd and 10. And again, it's Rodgers.
He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
On the give is Warren. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the Jaguars' 31-yard line.
Here's Rodgers.
That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. To throw is Rodgers.
That is caught.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 13-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Second down and 3, ball on the 7.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
That's to the pylon and incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense, because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Rodgers. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Rodgers, a 6-yard touchdown run, and the Steelers have taken the lead.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Steelers 7.
So that drive spans 13 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's ETN.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Lawrence. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
2nd and 10. Now Lawrence.
Throw left side complete. That's Washington.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And they find the open man. That's complete.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Lawrence going to throw again.
Thomas has got it. Complete.
And a result here, a pickup of 8.
Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Steelers' 25-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. This is caught. It's Woods. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
So a tight one so
All right,
far.
Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
They'll look to ETN to start things out.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And Thomas has it. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Ryan Thomas Jr. That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Lawrence will throw.
And a Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Here's Logan Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Now a 2nd and 10. They toss it to Warren.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
3rd down and 13.
Now Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for
defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And now out come the Jags. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. It's complete downfield out left to his running back. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
They'll give running right, ETN.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. That's to the left side, taken in by Hunter.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second and a couple.
A gain of 7 brings up second down at the 11-yard line.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Lawrence on the sneak.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
That's another Jaguars first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And they'll run with ETN.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Lawrence.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
De'Ami Brown.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars have taken the lead here this 3rd quarter.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
For the 2-point conversion.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the Steelers set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll send Austin in motion right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Rodgers now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing now is Rodgers. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Rodgers going to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Here's Rodgers to throw. And Woods has it complete.
And he will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And the Steeler first down.
And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitch it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
First down, Steelers.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
They'll run it, Warren. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. The former first-round pick, Eric Armstead, the one who got in there to make that play. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing is Rodgers.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Right on the coverage, we just saw him break out on third down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, since the leaping rules were changed back in 2017, we only average about 1 block kick per week league-wide. They pulled out all the stops there, got someone in there, delivered a big block.
I actually didn't think it was that high. I thought it was even less than that, but those guys executed perfection right there. Really brought excellent effort on that snap. Can't ask for anything more, and they got it done.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 44.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
63 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That's good for a Jacksonville.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
On first down, right back to ETN. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Second down and a yard.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And they just did not get the snap away in time.
Delay of game, offense.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Still third down.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
Now Lawrence to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And this one is right through. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. Well, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a 1-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good.
Looking to put a drive together. Now a play fake. Rodgers.
This one into the hands of Metcalf.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick 1st down.
That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth. Down the sideline he goes.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Pat Freiermuth.
66 yards.
And the Steelers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
The Steelers will line up.
Rodgers will throw for it. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Jaguars offense and Travis Etienne set to take over once again. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They go play action now. Lawrence. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, Parker, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Here now, 3rd down. Back to throw. Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Here's 1st down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be hit down at the 43, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw, Rodgers. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
And the Steelers 1st down.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Running left, it's Warren. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now remember now, no overtime here in the preseason, so in a tie game, this ought to be a fight to the finish. Right back to him on 1st down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Now 2nd and 4. Rodgers to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Warren.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to be won and lost. It's third down. A short one there to Freiermuth.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
To throw is Rodgers. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
And, partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Now they can only stop it once more. Here's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. That's caught right side. It's Warren. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
At this stage, you got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. This to almost certainly win the football game.
Boswell's kick is good.
And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Jacksonville, good night, everybody.